In this learning, I will talk about deleting the missing values. Here I have missing values 3.sav data file open, and as you can see in the variable view, I have two variables, income variable which is numeric type and age is also numeric type, and the measurement is scale type for both. And we are in the data view and we want to delete the missing values. So what we are learning over here is deleting the missing values. When deleting the missing values, there are few questions that must be answered. First is, when we can delete missing values. When here just means under what conditions. So what conditions must be satisfied before actually we go for deleting the missing values. So in order to understand that, we go into this data file here. We will go actually into this data file missing values 3.sav, and in this data file I will first of all carry on descriptive statistics analysis. So I go to analyze descriptive statistics and I go to frequencies and I will reset it. I will select both the numeric variables, and what we want to do is we just want to calculate the mean, and I will click OK. And as we see here that in this file SPSS is telling us that for income 4 values are missing and for age 5 values are missing. So 4, and if we go down there, it tells us income system missing values are 4, and if we go down for age, it tells us system missing values are 5. So for income we saw 4 values were missing, and for age there were 5 values missing. Total missing values. And in this case we saw that all of these are system missing values. Now we suppose go to data file and we make some changes. So as we learned earlier also, what we want to do, I will go into variable view, and what I want to do is I want to create some user missing values. For example, in case of income, we want to create a user missing value. But before even creating a user missing value, let us go to analyze, go to missing value analysis, and I will select these two quantitative variables here, and I will do EM analysis, and I will click OK. Now here I see that there is some information available, and the most important information that is available to us is that income has 96 values, 4 are missing, and age has 95 values and 5 are missing. So there are total 100 cases for income and 100 cases for age. Now if we scroll down there, here we get Little's MCAR test, and the value of that is 0.235. So first of all, we will talk about when we can go for deleting the missing values. Here please understand that before actually deleting the missing values, certain conditions must be satisfied. First condition that must be satisfied is that there should be roughly about or approximately only 5% values that should be missing. So up to 5%. So if our supposed 15% or 20% values are missing, then there is no reason to delete the missing values, because then we will be losing a lot of data. And second condition that must be satisfied is that we just looked at, that is Little's MCAR test. Little is name of one of the statistician, and he gave a test MCAR, which means missing completely at random, that values are missing at random, and we get the value of significance, and in our case the value of significance came out to be 0.235. If this value is greater than 0.05, which it is in our case, then we should go for deletion. Of missing values. So if both of these conditions are satisfied, then we can delete the missing values. And here in our case, here in our study, both the conditions have been satisfied. Approximately 5% values are missing, and Little's MCAR significance value is 0.235, which is greater than 0.05. And this condition is also met. Since both A and B conditions are met, therefore it is safe to go for deletion of the missing values. Now the second question that arises is that what we want to delete, what type of missing values we want to delete. As in a previous learning, I have talked about that missing values can either be system missing values or these can be user missing values. So, for example, let us go back to our data file and see the difference between system missing values and user missing values. And if here we come back, and as we see, I went to analyze, descriptive, frequencies, and SPSS remembers these two variables from the previous selection. I just click OK, and we get that we have 4 and 5 missing values, and in income 4 system missing values are there, and 5 system missing values are there in the age. Now I will close it for a moment. Now I want to make some changes here. I want to create some user missing values. If we come here and I want to give it a value here, I want to define 999 as a value for income which is refused by the respondent. I click OK, and for age I want to define 999 as a value which is entered when the respondent said that he or she does not know the age. I click OK. So we have created 999 as a code and we use this code when respondent refused to give us the income number, and we have created a code 999 for do not know when the respondent said that he or she does not know the age, and we are taking this one as missing value 999 missing value for income, and again 999 missing value for age. So we have defined the missing values, and we go to the data view, and intentionally here I am using this code. In one value out of 4 I am using refused, and for two values, this value, second case where age was missing, I put do not know, and in one more case, in 45th case where the value was missing, I put do not know. So I have made few changes and I will save those changes and I can close it. Now I go back to the analyze. I go to descriptive statistics. I go to frequencies. These two variables are good and we can click OK. When we go this time, again it says 4 missing values for income and 5 missing values for age. But when we scroll down, we see that this time system missing values are 3 and refused is 1, which is a user missing value for income. And for age, I have 3 system missing values and 2 user missing values. So we have a different data this time. I will close it for a moment. So what we want to understand here is that system missing values for income are, they turned out to be 3 and user missing value is 1 and total are 4 after modification. This one is refused one and these 3 are system missing values when we talked about income. And when we talked about age, 2 respondents said do not know, and for 3 the values were not available, so there are in total 5 missing values happening over there. Now when we want to go for deletion, please remember what sort of values we want to delete. Whether we want to delete system missing values or we want to delete both user missing values and system missing values. So that is the option you have. So we will explore these options. Let us go back to the data file. Let us go to data. Let us go to now select cases, and in select cases I will go to this window, and if we want to delete system missing values, please remember this thing, then here missing value functions are available. If you click here, then certain missing value functions are available. One of them is SYSMIS, and this is the function which returns when 1 or true if the value of a numeric variable is a system missing value, right? And if we use nmiss function, this nmiss function returns the count of values that are system and user missing values. So if you want to delete both user missing values and system missing value, you would use nmiss function. But if you want to delete only the system missing values, you should use SYS-MIS function. Now let us think about the effort. User missing value is like when we try to obtain the income value and respondent said yes, that okay, I won't provide it. So the respondent refused to provide the income. And in case of age, we tried to collect the age data and the respondent did not know about it. So I think it is a good idea, I would also suggest it, that we should not delete the user missing values. It is only the system missing values which should be deleted, and it makes sense. So in order to delete the system missing values, first of all, what we will use is, we will select those cases which are not missing in the system. For example, this is not operator here, not, and then I will click system missing, and this variable, this function wants a value of the variable, and I will double click on household. So this function means select the values which are not missing in the income. And this is AND operator, and then I will click not, and then I will double click system, and then I will click age, and then I can move it here. So it means not system missing in age. So we are selecting all the values which are not missing in income and not missing in age, and I click continue and I click OK. And SPSS is running the function, and I can for the time being either not save it, and then we go and see the data that this is user missing, so nothing, these are not selected, and this is user missing, this is not selected, this is system missing, this is system missing, this is system missing value over here, there is a system missing value over here, this is system missing value over here. So those system missing values have been sort of taken off from the count. System missing values have been taken off from the count, and now if we delete them, then these values will be the ones which will be deleted. So if I go to data, select cases, and filter out unselected cases, rather than if I go for delete unselected cases and click OK, and here SPSS has run this command that there is a filter of use all, select if value is not system missing in income and value is not system missing in age, execute. This is actually a deletion command or code for deleting the system missing values. If you want to copy and save this code, later on we will learn how to run the syntax or copy the syntax. Then this is an important command to be saved. For the time being, I will minimize it, and here we go. We see that we are left with only 95 values, and system missing values have been deleted, but user missing values are not deleted. So wherever there is a do not know in age, and where there is a refused in income, these values still stay in our data because these are user missing values. For example, if I go this time, run descriptive statistics, frequencies, and I click OK, here we see we get the message one value is missing in income, and this is a user missing value. Two values are missing in age, and these are also user missing values. There is no system missing value over here. So system missing values have been deleted.